On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Human-made.
Created or produced by humans, artificial.
Examples:
Human-made climate change. The worst human-made disaster. The bridge is a human-made structure and was built to span the river.
Acre.
A unit of land area in the U.S. customary system and the British imperial system, equal to 4,840 square yards, equals 4,047 square meters.
Examples:
Half-acre parcel. An acre of forest. The farm covers over 200 acres of land.
Backyard.
A whole space behind and belonging to a house.
Examples:
Play in the backyard. Backyard barbecue. He grows vegetables in his backyard.
Attract.
To draw or entice someone or something towards them through the qualities they have, especially positive ones.
Examples:
Attract attention. Attract customers. The government is eager to attract international investment.
Biodiversity.
The number and variety of plants and animals that exist in a particular area or the world and make a balanced environment.
Examples:
Biodiversity conservation. Loss of biodiversity. The country was instrumental in promoting the Biodiversity Treaty.
Princess.
The daughter of a monarch, the wife or widow of a prince, woman or girl, considered to be particularly good or admirable.
Examples:
Crown princess. A royal princess. The prince fell in love with the princess and asked her to marry him.
Entrepreneur.
An individual who creates or invests in one or more businesses, especially when this involves taking financial risks.
Examples:
A successful entrepreneur. Billionaire entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs willingly accept business risks to achieve success.
Facilitate.
To make something easier or more likely to happen.
Examples:
Facilitate a smooth transition. Facilitate the process. The company implemented a new software system to facilitate employee communication and collaboration.
Professional.
Having or showing the skill appropriate to a particular job, competent or skillful.
Examples:
Professional athlete. Certified professional secretary. He has a professional demeanor and always presents himself in a polished manner.
Resort.
A place where many people go for rest, sport, or another stated purpose. Verb, turn to or take a course of action, especially an extreme or undesirable one, to resolve a difficult circumstance.
Examples:
resort to desperate measures. A last resort. If both countries resort to nuclear deterrence, the consequence could be mutual destruction.
Isolate.
To physically or socially separate someone or something from other people or things.
Examples:
Isolate a compound. Isolate a patient. You should not isolate them from the community.
Integral.
Necessary to make a whole, complete, essential, or fundamental, combining with something else to form a whole. Noun, of mathematics, a fundamental concept in calculus that represents the area under a curve between 2 points on a graph.
Examples:
Integral function. Integral component. Effective communication is an integral part of any successful team.
Urban.
Relating to or located in a town or city.
Examples:
Urban planning. Urban property owners. Only a small number of urban utilities offer sanitation services.
Dense.
Containing a large number of people or something with little space between them.
Examples:
Nutrient-dense foods. Dense forests. The entire mountain is covered in dense rainforest.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
Intervention by foreign powers. Surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something, to be a member or part of a group, to be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Planet.
Any of the 9 large celestial bodies that circle in the solar system, any celestial body that revolves around a star.
Examples:
Planet like the Earth. Save the planet. Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun.
Industrial.
Of or relating to or resulting from industry.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial alcohol. Industrial design has become more focused on human nature aspect than ever before.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Convert.
To turn something into a different form, to transform.
Examples:
convert fat into energy. Convert base 10 to base 16. I want to convert my sadness into strength.
Drip.
To fall in drops or make it fall in drops. Noun, liquid or moisture that falls in drops.
Examples:
Drip liquid. Drip from the vicious wound. Water is dripping from the faucet.
Sap.
To gradually weaken or drain strength, energy, or resources. To undermine or impair someone's confidence or morale.
Examples:
Sap flow. Sap strength. The disease has sapped all his energy, and he can barely get out of bed.
Rub.
To move one's hand or an object over the surface of something with pressure.
Examples:
Rub shoulders. Rub a glass window. She rubbed the sore spot on her leg to ease the pain.
Tire.
To become weary or fatigued, often due to physical or mental exertion. To cause someone to feel weary or fatigued. Noun, a rubber covering that is placed around the rim of a wheel, which provides traction and absorbs shock while driving.
Examples:
Tire my patience. Tire pressure. I need to tire out my dog with a long walk so that he will sleep through the night.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart. Mark is different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Irreversible.
Impossible to change or return to a previous condition.
Examples:
Avoid irreversible damage. An irreversible change. The development of agricultural technology has had an irreversible impact on humanity.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Atom.
The smallest unit of ordinary matter that forms a chemical element, composed of a nucleus and one or more electrons bound to the nucleus.
Examples:
Oxygen atom. Neutral hydrogen atoms. The outermost electron shell of an atom determines its chemical characteristics.
Soil.
The top layer of earth in which plants grow.
Examples:
Soils retentive of moisture. Parched soil. Soil moisture is another significant component controlling soil respiration.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Particle.
A small piece of something, a word or piece of a term with grammatical function, but little or no significance.
Examples:
Charged particle. Particle energy. We can calculate the position of the particles statistically.
Compact.
Closely and firmly united or packed together, using very little space, smaller than is usual.
Examples:
A compact camera. Extremely compact device. Two countries acted together as if by compact.
Seep.
To flow or leak slowly and gradually through small openings or spaces, to ooze or trickle out gradually.
Examples:
Seep cool and moist air. Seep into paper. The rain began to seep through the roof, causing damage to the walls and floors.
Biomass.
The total quantity of living matter in a given unit of environment, including plants, animals, and microorganisms.
Examples:
Biomass energy. Fuel biomass. The biomass in a forest can be measured by collecting and weighing all living plants within a specific area.
Absorb.
To take in a fluid or other substance gradually.
Examples:
Absorb energy. Absorb a shock. The sponge absorbs water well.
Peat.
A type of soil made up of partially decayed organic matter, usually moss, that accumulates in wetlands or bogs, often used as fuel for heat and cooking in some regions of the world.
Examples:
Peat reserves. Peat production. Gardeners often use peat as a soil conditioner to improve drainage and retain moisture.
Bagasse.
The fibrous residue left after extracting juice from sugarcane or similar plant material, often used as a biofuel or in the production of paper and board products.
Examples:
Bagasse boiler. Bagasse pulp. The company leads bagasse recycling, turning waste into valuable products.
Moist.
Slightly wet, a state characterized by the presence of moisture or dampness.
Examples:
Moist soil. Moist climate. My hands felt moist and sweaty during the exam.
Sunlight.
The light emitted by the sun, the rays of the sun.
Examples:
A glare of sunlight. Indirect sunlight. Radiation from sunlight has a different wavelength.
Nutrition.
The substances or the process that organisms take into their bodies as food for their growth and health.
Examples:
nutrition condition, nutrition intake. This food contains all the nutrition your dog requires.
Microorganism.
A very small living thing that may exist in its single-celled form or as a colony of cells and is too small to be seen without a microscope.
Examples:
pathogenic microorganism, microorganisms in his gut. This microorganism is a producer of respiratory disease.
Nutrient.
Any substance that is essential for the maintenance and growth of living things.
Examples:
nutrient medicine, a nutrient for hair. They used fast-acting nutrients on the flowers in the flower beds.
Naturally.
As might be expected, by natural manners.
Examples:
naturally arising, naturally regenerated forest. He was naturally gifted.
Multiply.
To add a number to itself a specified number of times, to increase or cause to increase very much in number or quantity.
Examples:
multiply 5 and 6. Multiply about 100-fold. Multiply a number by itself twice.
Survey.
An investigation of the opinions, behavior, etc. of a particular group of people, made by asking people questions.
Examples:
a comprehensive survey. Recent survey. That survey shows that people are accepting the tax increase to some extent.
Native.
Connecting with or describing someone's birth country or place of birth, or someone born in a specific country or place.
Examples:
native to Africa. Native language. The vegetation here is almost wholly native.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Sacred.
Connected with religion or religious purposes, worthy of respect or dedication because of a connection with a god.
Examples:
sacred music. The halo of a sacred image. This space is a private office sacred to the president.
Grove.
A small group of trees growing closely together.
Examples:
A bamboo grove. Citrus grove. They walked through the grove of trees and admired the natural beauty.
Temple.
A place of worship, especially one that is associated with a particular religion or faith, the flat area on either side of the forehead.
Examples:
Temple complex. A tour guide at the temple. He visited the temple to pray and make offerings to the gods.
Poem.
A piece of writing that emphasizes the expression of feelings and ideas by paying particular attention to diction, sometimes rhyme, rhythm, and imagery.
Examples:
A narrative poem. Poem to the dead. A great poem is a fountain forever overflowing with the waters of wisdom and delight.
Divide.
To separate or cause to separate into parts or groups.
Examples:
Divide the cake into 2 pieces. Divide money equally. Can you divide 123,321 by 11?
Shrub.
A woody plant that is smaller than a tree and has several main stems emerging from the soil.
Examples:
Tree and shrubs. Small shrub. These are shrubs with no trunks that rarely grow taller than 3 meters.
Canopy.
A covering, typically of fabric, supported on poles or suspended above a bed, throne, or other object, used to shelter or screen the person or object below it.
Examples:
Canopy layer. Under a canopy of smoke. The forest's canopy provides shade and protection for the plants and animals below.
Ratio.
The relative size or amount of one thing to another, typically expressed in the form of a fraction or decimal.
Examples:
Debt-to-income ratio. Ratio of boys to girls. The ratio of water to sugar in the recipe is 1:2.
Percentage.
The number, amount, or rate of something, which is usually the amount per 100.
Examples:
The percentage of the gold content. A high percentage. What is the percentage of the consumption tax in the United States?
Bearing.
The way in which one comports oneself, a posture or stance, especially one indicative of confidence or authority. The horizontal direction or position of a place, object, or person relative to another.
Examples:
A thrust bearing. A military bearing. The pilot had to adjust the plane's bearing to stay on course.
Evergreen.
Of plants, retaining its leaves or foliage throughout the year, figuratively, enduring, perennial, or constant.
Examples:
Evergreen classic. Evergreen shrub. The evergreen trees in the forest stay green all year round.
Germinate.
To begin to grow or develop, typically as a seed sprouts.
Examples:
Days to germinate. Germinate the idea. The seeds germinated quickly in the warm soil.
Sapling.
A young tree or plant that has not yet reached full maturity, a small, slender tree or shrub.
Examples:
Sapling growth. Sapling tree. The park has planted several saplings to increase the number of trees in the area.
Vertical.
Upright or perpendicular to a horizontal surface or line.
Examples:
Vertical takeoff. Vertical axis. The ladder leaned against the vertical surface of the building.
Mulch.
A protective covering, often made of organic materials such as wood chips, straw, or leaves, applied to the soil around plants to suppress weed growth, retain moisture, and provide insulation.
Examples:
Mulch from the vegetation. Organic mulch. The landscaper recommended a layer of rubber mulch for the children's playground as it provides cushioning and minimizes injuries from falls.
Frost.
A thin layer of ice that forms on surfaces when the temperature falls below freezing, whether cold enough to cause freezing.
Examples:
5 degrees of frost. Frost line. The frost on the ground made it slippery and difficult to walk.
Penetrate.
To pass into or through something, often by overcoming resistance.
Examples:
Penetrate a cell. Penetrate quickly into the skin. Western ideology slowly penetrates through the Eastern countries.
Initially.
At the beginning, at first.
Examples:
Initially anticipated. Diagnosed initially as a tumor. This train departed later than initially scheduled.
Depth.
The distance between the top and bottom of something, between the top surface and a distance below it.
Examples:
Depth camera. The depth of the water. The pond's depth was around 5 feet.
Mesh.
A material made of a network of wire, plastic, or thread.
Examples:
A mesh fence. The mesh of a basket. The mesh fabric was breathable and comfortable to wear.
Tight.
Fixed, fastened, or kept together firmly or closely.
Examples:
A tight game. Student on a tight budget. The national election was held amid tight security.
Fungus.
A type of organism that includes yeasts, molds, and mushrooms, which are heterotrophic, meaning they do not produce their food and must consume organic matter to survive.
Examples:
Fungus infection, symbiotic fungus. Certain types of fungus can be toxic to humans, causing severe illness if ingested.
Vicinity.
The area or region surrounding or in the general vicinity of a particular place or location, a nearby or neighboring region.
Examples:
Immediate vicinity, city and its vicinity. The area in the vicinity of the mall is known for its heavy traffic congestion.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic microbe, microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Magical.
Produced by or containing supernatural powers.
Examples:
Magical place, magical powers. When I was a child, my mother often cast magical spells to ease my pain whenever I was injured.
Mushroom.
A type of fungus that grows on dead or decaying organic matter and typically has a stalk and an umbrella-shaped cap.
Examples:
Mushroom spores, mushroom cultivation. The mushroom risotto was delicious, but I couldn't identify all the mushrooms in it.
Overnight.
Lasting for or occurring during one night, occurring or changing extremely quickly or suddenly, happening or being achieved in a short amount of time.
Examples:
Overnight parking, overnight success. The overnight package delivery arrived at my door this morning.
Weed.
A wild plant growing where it is not wanted and in competition with cultivated plants.
Examples:
Pull up a weed, weed management. The garden was full of weeds that needed to be pulled.
Eventually.
Finally, particularly after a long time or a lot of struggle, complications, and so on.
Examples:
Eventually become obsolete. Eventually succeed. The corporation eventually dominated the entire tobacco business.
Evaporate.
To turn a liquid into a gas, to become less intense and disappear gradually.
Examples:
Evaporate the water. Evaporate almost overnight. The sun will evaporate the mist.
Atmosphere.
The mass of air that surrounds the earth, the pervading tone or mood of a place, situation, or creative work.
Examples:
carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. A convivial atmosphere. The spaceship began to burn up as it approached the Earth's atmosphere.
Condense.
To reduce the volume or size of something, often by removing water or other liquid, to make something shorter, more concise, or more concentrated.
Examples:
condense the text, condense water vapor. I need to condense all of my notes into a manageable summary for my presentation.
Retain.
To keep or continue to possess or maintain something.
Examples:
retain information, retain a lawyer. Computers help people retain specific memories.
Moisture.
Small amounts of liquid, especially water, that are present in or absorbed by a substance.
Examples:
moisture level, lot of moisture. My hair looks greasy because there is too much moisture in the air.
Gradual.
Happening slowly over a long period of time or distance, not steep or abrupt.
Examples:
a gradual process, a gradual change. The country experienced a gradual increase in population.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Decay.
The process or state of rotting or decomposition by natural causes such as the action of bacteria and fungi. Verb, to rot or decompose through natural causes.
Examples:
radioactive decay. Prevent tooth decay. The dead body was in an advanced state of decay.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
humming sound, hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Exponential.
Becoming more and more rapid, of or involving mathematical exponents.
Examples:
exponential growth, exponential function. Since the 1990s, the Internet has continued to experience exponential growth.
Jungle.
An area of tropical forest wherein which trees and plants grow very thickly.
Examples:
middle of the jungle, jungle exploration. This village is still in a dense jungle.
Independence.
Freedom from another's or others' control or influence.
Examples:
financial independence, independence ceremony. There is nothing more valuable than independence and freedom.